The Smiley J Artist Zone, a platform for and about independent artists. Music, interviews, and much, much more. Now, give it up. Your host, Smiley J.
Welcome to the Smiley J Artist Zone, a platform dedicated to independent music creators. This is a cool space where artists can come and share their music journey, upcoming performances, and of course, their music, while also expanding their fan base. And I'm your show host, Smiley J, and I want to welcome each and every one of you to the show. Now, if this is your first time listening to the show, welcome. And I do hope that you will come back and bring a friend. Yes, tell a friend or two. Now, I love that I get to hear dope music each and every week from some of the most talented music creators in the world. Now, remember, if you miss any of the shows in real time, you can always go back and listen because all of my shows are archived, which means that you can listen anytime in any place. Yes, I'm portable, which means that you can take me with you on the go. Yes, I want to hang out with you in the car, in the grocery stores, in the gym. Take me with you, yes. Now, today I'm super excited. Yes, I'm excited because I love people who spread their wings and soar. Just like today's guest, her name is Stacy Brooks. Before I bring Stacy on, let me tell you a little bit about her. Stacy Brooks is a powerful vocalist, and she's an exciting performer who is internationally known as DC's Queen of the Blues. Stacy is a multi-award winner. She has shared the stage with blues legends such as Kenny Neal, Billy Branch, Sugar Blue, Bobby Parker, and many, many more. Brooks performs nationally as well as overseas. She is known to perform regularly in the Washington, D.C. area, Chicago, and Atlanta. You guys help me welcome the lovely, beautiful, and talented Stacy Brooks. Welcome to the Smiley J Artist Zone. How are you today?
I am doing awesome. How are you, Smiley?
I'm doing well. Listen, I'm surprised that we have never met, but I really feel like I know you.
Yeah, I feel like I've known you, like I should have known you. I know we've been in the same place at the same time. I know that we have. If you know Nick and the other people that referred me to you, I was like, I know we've been in the same place before.
You know what? The only thing I'm sorry is that I have yet to see you perform, but that's going to change. That is going to change.
Awesome. I hope you got to come out. We have a good time.
I am. So, Stacy, guess what?
What?
You are my very first blues independent artist. Yay!
Yay!
and can I just say that I'm glad that you are, that you're homegirl. You're representing the DMV.
That's right. I do. And I rep hard. When I go out to Chicago and Memphis and other places, I let them know. They be like, Stacy Brooks from Baltimore. I'm like, no. Yeah. I'm like, I'm from D.C., baby.
Yeah, Baltimore's close.
Right.
But you're repping D.C., yes.
Yep, I sure do.
Now, Stacy, you were born in Germany, which is where you started singing, right?
Well, actually, a lot of people think that I was born in Germany, but I went there as an infant. I was born at Walter Reed.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
native.
In DC.
I'm a real native. Yes.
Yes.
I was born at the old Walter Reed on Georgia Avenue.
That's there no more, right?
Right. No, they moved it to Bethesda.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was born at the old Walter Reed in Georgia, on Georgia Avenue.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Germany, and then I was there for forever.
Okay, so you got a little bit of the culture over there. So you started singing while you were in Germany, is that right?
I did. My mom sings as well. Not as much, not like she used to, but she sings gospel. Mm-hmm. And what had happened was that she was singing in the church choir over in Germany. And I think somebody wasn't going to be on time for this USO show or something. And they were like, oh, get Olivia's daughter. She sings. I didn't sing then. I just was playing around and stuff like that at the house. But they were like, do you want to do it? And I'm like, sure. I thought I was oh my God. I was 5.
Wow. Wow. And you jumped right into it.
Yeah, my first solo was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Jesus Loves Me, This I Know. My mom made me a full-length green polka dotted dress to wear.
Do you still have that pictures or of that that dress?
I wish. I know somebody out there has it because, again, it was a USO show. So it's out there somewhere in the media. But, yep, I had a polka dot green. It was like a pea green suit dress. I know, like right now it would be considered ugly, but it was cute back then.
So listen, media folks, if you're listening, because I have a lot of listeners over in Germany, listen, send in that photo. Send it to the Smiley J Artist Zone. We get it to Stacy, or send it to Stacy Brooks Music. Yes.
Right.
Because you never know who's listening out there.
You never
connect
know.
those dots. So
exactly.
So now you started singing. Okay, so you got your start, your first solo. Now, when you really started singing, what genre were you singing?
Okay, so as a kid, I didn't know what genres were. You know, as a kid, you just know the songs you like and the songs you don't like. So I was just singing stuff around the house. In Germany, the culture for the Black culture was very. My dad is a Mason, so back in that day, you know, the culture together. There was, you know, everybody was going to a cookout at the house because so many things are going on in the States. So you went from house to house to house. So, you know, kids, we would all put on these little shows for the parents and stuff so they could laugh at us or whatever. So we would just sing, you know, whatever, you know, Michael Jackson songs or anything like that. And then when I came back to the States in the summer, I would come back. My family would ship me back here to Calvert County, Maryland. And so my grandma would have me singing in the church in the choir. So I was singing, but I'm a United Methodist. So we're not, you know, our church wasn't, you know, singing all the riffs and runs.
Right.
All, like, you know, we're not gospel. We United Methodist, you know. So we sing from the Songs of Zion book, you know. So I was just singing gospel, you know, gospel music. And my mother was singing still in Germany. We came back to the States. And when I professionally started singing for real, it was just R&B music. R&B music. And then when I moved back to the States after high school, when I came to back to the DC area, I was singing in go-go bands, like singing back then it was Brandy and the Monica songs. And so I used to sing that. And then I was in a band called Foreplay. And they had me singing up at Bennigan's. Do you remember Bennigan's in Alexandria?
I do. Yes, I do.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't even old enough to go up in there. And this guy, Bishop, had me singing songs over there with them. But it was R&B and go-go, you know, because DC's not, it's not a blues town.
Right.
But,
so tell us how you stumbled into the blues arena.
Yeah, so it kind of found me in a sense. I was just looking in the city paper one day and I love music. So I love a lot of genres of music and I wanted to get into something different. So I looked in the city paper one day and there was an ad for a background blues singer. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? Let me do my homework. Let me sing background for some people and let me see about what this blues is about. And so I picked the paper up, did the audition, went out there to Haymarket, Virginia, way out there. And the guy was in a mansion. And I didn't know who it was. But I was singing. I only knew like a couple of blues songs. So I sang Dr. Feelgood by Aretha Franklin. And I sang Rock Me Baby. And then the guy behind the drums was like, yo, go upstairs for a minute. Have my wife give you something to drink. I'm like, all right, cool. So they're downstairs talking, forgetting that my boyfriend's in the corner. My boyfriend at the time was, Special Forces. They had given him a drink and he was just sitting there. They forgot he was over there. So I'm upstairs and somebody asked me to sing something else. I sang something else. Then they're like, yo, Stacy, come back downstairs. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, well, did I get it? He goes, oh, yeah, you got it. All right. He says, we don't want you to sing background. We want you to sing lead.
Wow. Look at that.
Right. So they threw all these songs to me and I was like, that guy sounds so familiar. I didn't know who he was. And then I found out who he was. He was Michael Mara. Do you remember the show, the Don and Mike show? It was a talk show.
I don't.
Kind of like Howard Stern's, but in this area.
Okay.
And the Don and Mike show. And it was the drummer was Mike O'Mara from a radio show, a very popular radio show here in the DC area. And he had a band called the Crap Band. So, yeah, crap as in
Crap.
C-R-A-P.
Okay,
yeah,
okay, the crap. Not the trap,
right,
but the crap.
Right,
okay.
Right, the crap. So they had me learn all these songs, and then I just started gigging with them. And they had a show at the State Theater and a show at the Clarendon Ballroom. And
I've been there. Nice.
Yeah, so I was playing big places already. And then eventually they were getting all these gigs, and then they fired me.
What?
And, yeah, they fired me. Mike was like, look, Stacy, you want to do this much more than we want to do this. Because he says people love you, and you should just go ahead and just do this. He's like, kid, he called me kid. He's like, kid, you should just think about doing blues because they love you. He says, but look, we're just some dudes that like to play every now and then, and we golf and we drink and we just do this for fun. He was like, you could possibly make a career out of this. So they fired me.
Wow, look at that. See, closed doors, open doors. So look at that.
Yeah. So he fired me.
and the rest is history. You guys,
the rest is history.
I love it. Now, I have to be honest. I do not listen to blues, but I love the expression of feelings. I love the storytelling. I love the rhythmic patterns. Now, for my younger listeners out there, okay? Because I have listeners of all age. Now, for my younger listeners who may not be familiar with blues music, Stacy, can you just describe blues music for those folks out there? Okay.
Blues is a feeling. It really is. And I tell you, a lot of it came from our ancestors. Not a lot of it. It all came from our ancestors. Blues is an American music made in America from the blood, sweat, and tears of Black people. Just straight up. It really borders the line of gospel because a lot of times the people would come from the fields singing and go straight to church. But then after church, they would be at the juke joint doing blues. And the correlation is very close. A lot of the chord progressions are very similar. So I don't know if you ever saw Ray. What's his name? If you see in Ray how he started doing music and the ladies was like, his wife was like, you can't be doing the gospel music and then you try to do this and do that. And a lot of it is so close. So it really is a feeling, but it came from the blood, sweat, and tears of Black people, of sharecroppers. And I got bitten by the bug because I learned a lot about myself and a lot about the American history because I didn't grow up in the country. I didn't grow up here. My family, I don't come from the South. I'm sure somebody in my family was a sharecropper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not from Mississippi. I don't have a drawl. So, some purists will be like, she can't do the blues. She don't come from that. She ain't had no hard life. But yeah.
Again, it's an expression of feelings, and we all have that. We all are expressive.
Exactly.
So, Stacy, I watched some of your videos, and it just looks like you guys are having so much fun.
We do. We have a blast. One of my friends / fans calls my blues loving blues. Call it the loving blues.
I love that. I like that.
Yeah, because I have a song called Red Pumps and Cognac. And that's about my man having a bad day at work. And I come to the door with my red stiletto pumps on and cognac.
Oh, okay.
That's what the song is about.
I like that. He wrote me about that.
And I write about stuff I know. So a lot of it is either from my life or a life of somebody that I know really close to, So that's how I write.
Like I watched like Voodoo Woman like a couple of times because I was just watching the people just vibe. They were having such a good time. I felt like I was there. I'm like, okay, I definitely need to. And look, and shout out to the Stacy Brooks band too. Got to say that.
Yes. They are awesome. I couldn't do it without them. I have some really, really, I'm a fan of the people in my band. And so if you come to my show, you're not just going to get me singing 3 verses and then we gone. You're going to hear solos, guitar solos. You're going to hear the bass have a solo. You're going to have the, if it's a violin playing with me at the time, if a sax is playing with me, you're going to hear my entire band because the people I play with, they are just awesome. They are awesome.
And I got to say, I love your sassiness when you perform. My kind of girl. I love it. I'm about that life right there. So.
Right?
So, Stacy, I got to let the folks know who may not be familiar that, you have performed all over the world. You have competed. You have a lot of nominations. And this is I have to mention this because not many people get the opportunity to portray their idol on Broadway.
Yeah.
And you, my dear, did just that. So can you just tell us a little bit about that and who your idol was?
So,
or it.
Right. So this guy in Ohio named Randy Knight wrote a Broadway musical called Ghost of the Blues. And it was all about, of course, dead blues singers. And instead of getting actors to portray blues artists, he wanted blues artists to portray blues artists. So he had John Lee Hooker. He had somebody for Willie Dixon. These are all blues icons. He had somebody for Muddy Waters. He actually had Muddy Waters' son portray his dad. And I was Coco Taylor and Etta James. So with one wig on, I was Etta James, and another wig on, I was Coco Taylor.
Love it.
Were both of my blues idols. At one point, my entire set list contained nothing but mostly Coco Taylor and Etta James until I started writing my own blues songs. But we did that from 2013 to 2016, and we ended it in the Orpheum Theater in Memphis. It never came to this area. I just wish it would have come to DC and New York. And but the guy, he was just a blues fan that wrote this piece, and the setting was a graveyard. And on the graveyard, it showed the tombstone names of everybody that was being portrayed in the play. And so Robert Johnson was out there, and there was smoke, foggy, like a graveyard scene. And my opening, my line coming in, Robert Johnson would say, "Is that you, Etta?" And then I would come in, and I would come in singing "At Last." And
wow,
it gives me chills now thinking about it.
Yeah.
When I first did it the first time, I think people because the lighting was such, Etta and I are not the same complexion by far. Okay. However, the lighting, the wig, and I had, I had duplicated her look, with the gloves and the black dress and the mole and the red lips and everything. So when I came in, you could hear the gasp. It was crazy. It's like I had to tune everything out and just focus, because had I gotten wrapped up in what was going on, then I probably would have, lost my line or lost what I was doing. But I've seen videos. I've seen a footage on YouTube of somebody filming it from the balcony.
Wow.
And I come in, I'm walking in, and people are clapping. And when I sing "At Last," the first line, the dude drops the camera. He goes, "Oh my God,"
So we do. Okay. So there's some footage out there that we can check out.
Yeah, there's some footage out there.
Okay. I will definitely check it out. Now, like my dad is a huge, huge blues fan. And unfortunately he's sick now. But when I go and visit him, he loves Etta James, and he likes me to play, what is it? I'd Rather Go Blind.
Oh, yeah.
So I play that every time I go and visit him. And I can just see, I can just see the movement. So.
Yeah, music is really healing. It really is. It gets me sometimes when people come up to me after a festival, because I sometimes do Summertime, because my mother used to sing that to me when I was a little girl. So I do it, and then I just say it in the audio, and people they were like, "I started crying when you were singing Summertime." I'm like, why?
I love that song. I love that song. Something about that song, though. Yeah.
yeah. And I said, no, my mom's still alive. They're like, oh, we thought she was dead. I'm like, no, she used to sing it to me as a kid. And I just love the song, you know? So.
Yeah. So what does Mom think about when now that she hears you singing the song she sang to you? What is her reaction?
Oh, she's cool with it. The first time she heard My Name is Stacy, she was like, that is so vain. Why are you going to write a song about yourself? I was like, Mommy, I'm a new independent artist, and this is all my life. People have called me Tracy. They've called me Stephanie. They've called me every name under the sun, and then they spell it wrong. They put an E in it. It's not Stacey. It's not EE. It's not IE. So I was just like, and it's irritating at times.
So let's get it right, folks. I'm going to sing about it.
Exactly. So now, and they still mess it up. It's hilarious.
You know, because people don't listen. That's what it is. They don't listen.
And, but the other people that do know, when they see me, they be like, what's up, Stacy?
Without the E, right?
Right. Don't put no E in my name.
Now, before I drop the song, I want you, tell us what's next for Stacy.
I released one song last year, a single, which is called That's My Daddy. My dad is still alive, and I love him to death, and I'm a daddy's girl, hardcore daddy's girl. And there are so many songs out there about mom. Every year, you know, when Mother's Day comes around, you hear about mama and everything. And but there's no nice upbeat daddy songs. I mean, Luther has Dance with My Father, which is sad, and I can't listen to it without crying. Yeah. But I wanted an upbeat daddy song, so I wrote a daddy song about dads, and it's been going over pretty well. I wrote it last year, released it last year, and so we have that. That's the first single off the CD, which is excuse me, That's My Daddy.
Okay. So well, maybe we give them a double. How about that?
Oh, that's okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, because you know what? This is dedicated to all the daddies, because we appreciate all the good, responsible daddies. You know, I think it's important that we acknowledge our men. So, yeah, you guys get a double today, because I'm feeling real good, because I love my daddy, too.
See, that's what I'm talking about. We got, we as girl dads, we gotta keep these daddies uplifted, because
Yes.
In one of the lyrics in there is, he has the world on his shoulders, so don't you dare disrespect him.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Stacy, I want to thank you for dropping by the Artist Zone, and I cannot wait to see you perform live. I'm coming out one of these Sundays, coming up to Adamsburg and check you out, hang out with you in the band, and just have a good time.
Please do. We've been there for over 12 years, 15 years actually. We're at Madam's Organ every Sunday from 9 to 1. That's my residency in D.C.
Wonderful. So listen, if you ever in the Washington, D.C. area, make sure you stop by and catch Stacy. Now, Stacy, before you go, please give the folks, let them know how they can keep up with all the things that you got going on, how they can keep up with you.
Okay, my official website is stacysblues.com. But all social media is Stacy's Music. So Stacy's Music on TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter is Stacy's Music 1. I had to start all over again. But everything is Stacy's Music. You can find me with no E, but Stacy's Music. If you pull up Stacy Brooks on the internet back in the day, it was a white lady that broke open Scientology or something.
Oh.
And my mom Googled it once just to see. And she's like, you're a white woman that, like, Mommy.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to go there with the Scientology, but listen.
Right.
You can watch the series yourself. It's on one of these stations.
Right. But now I pop up. But initially this lady would pop up. Now I pop up. So.
Okay. So, Stacy, thank you so much for dropping by, and much continued success to you in all that you do.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Also, in February of 2023, we're going to Europe with my band that I have with me.
Nice.
Normally, when I go to Europe, they always have me with someone else. Well, not always. I shouldn't say always. I did the European Blues Cruise, and I was with another band that learned my music. But this tour, I will have my band, the guys that you see with me on stage.
Oh, the house special. Yes. Yes.
The band is going with me to Europe this time, so it's going to be on and popping.
Nice. Now, how long do you have the exact dates and all the locations?
Yeah, the first leg is going to be February the 8th through the 20th of 2023. And then we'll be going back. But the first one, I don't have all the venues yet.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Well, make sure
awesome.
make sure you give me a gentle nudge and I'll plug it again.
Yes, for sure. I'm like, come on, let's go. You can come with me.
Yes. Deal.
Look, girl trip.
Okay, Stacy, stay in touch, and we'll be in touch, and I'll see you up in Adams Morgan.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And come back, please, when you drop your new music.
Oh, thank you. I will, definitely. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. Be well. Peace.
Told me to sing. She put me on the stage, told me to do my thing. I was just 5 years old. I didn't know what to do, but now I'm a grown-ass woman, and I love singing the blues. My name's Stacy. No E in my name. Said my name's Stacy. S-T-A-C-Y. It's not Tracy. It's not Tiffany. Well, my name is Stacy Brooks, and my blues gon' make. It's gonna make you high. Yeah. Stacy Brooks, but all my life people been calling me Tracy and Tiffany and Stephanie. That ain't my name, it's Stacy. And then when you get my name right, you spell it wrong. So I had to write a song. Well, I grew up in Germany. My family's very eclectic, and German is my second language. So I told my daddy I was gonna do the blues in German. He's like, that ain't sexy. I was like, yes it is. Check it out. Ik war junge Mädchen, nur 12 Jahre alt. Ich kann nicht machen, Mein selige Sperren, mein Mutter sagt zu mir, sie sagt, sing das Blueskind. Sie sagt, sing das Blueskind. Sing it jeden Tag, ich heiße Stacy. S-T-A-C-Y. Ich hab keine E in meinem Namen. Ich heiße Stacy. S-T-A-C-Y. It's not Tracy. It's not Tiffany. Well, my name is Stacy Brooks, and my blues gon' make you high. Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Kevin Kojo Prince from Spur of the Moment, and you're in the Smiley J Artist Zone.
Yeah, that's my daddy. Say that's my daddy. Hey, that's my daddy. That man's my daddy. You might call him Padre, or some call him Pawpaw, maybe even Big Daddy. Oh, Papa. When I had nightmares at night, he told me everything would be alright. Protect me from all wrong. He inspired me to write this song, 'cause that's my daddy. Yeah, that's my daddy. Hey, that's my daddy. That man's my daddy. If you have a daddy, just hug him tight and make sure you love him and treat him right. He has the weight of the world up on his shoulders, so don't you dare, don't disrespect him. No, 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 no. Go ahead, Barry. Say that thing.
All right. It's that time. Y'all know I really enjoyed chatting it up with Stacy Brooks today. What a super nice girl. I swear I love me some good folks. Y'all be sure to follow Stacy Brooks on all of her social media pages. And also check out some of her live performances on YouTube. Yes. Again, I want to thank all of you for hanging out with me to the very end. Until next time, I'm going to need you guys to be well, stay safe, and remember to listen to good music. Your ears will thank you for it. I'm Smiley J, and I'm out. I'm going to go ahead and get into some of this blues right here. Yeah!